Good morning, everybody. Thank you for attending this session. This is another session organized by the National Contact Point in Poland. This time we're meeting online, and this time we'll have a possibility to talk to actually representatives of the city that have already succeeded in application for European Urban Initiative, and we will get today the information on how the process is going, what needs to be done, and some information on that. This will be the first part of the meeting. That's why, because we have our friends from Croatia, so the first part of the meeting will be conducted in English. If there are any questions, you can post them on chat or raise your hand after the presentation. And then we have also invited one of the assessors for European Urban Initiative, who will just elaborate on the process of assessment, the proposals, and we'll just make sure to identify the most critical points during the preparation of a proposal, and really what is the most important, what you should pay attention to. So maybe I'll just pass the floor to Piotr, who will introduce our guest. So we're just trying to make it more international today.
So thank you, Anna, for starting this meeting, and welcome Sladana Miocic, the director of the unit responsible for the implementation of the InterAct Green project in Varaždin. Varaždin, did I pronounce it well?
Yes,
in Northern Croatia. So now we'll skip to you. We'll pass the floor to you. Please tell us about your experiences. How did you manage to succeed? What are your experiences from the first months and years of implementation of your project? And after, we will have a short Q&A session. If you've got any questions, if our audience has any questions to you, Sladana promised to answer them after her presentation. So let me just change the presentations to the other one. Sladana, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good morning to everyone. I'm sending you greetings from Braga, from Portugal. I'm not in Croatia at the moment. Here I am at the conference at the UNESCO Creative Cities, because Varaždin also awarded the title of the City of Music, UNESCO City of Music. So I'm making a short break to participate at your session. And I'm very thankful that you have invited us and that I can share our experience with the European Urban Initiative. I will suggest, because we are having some technical issues, I'm on the telephone, so Piotr is changing the slides. But I will suggest, if you have some questions during the presentation, please interrupt me and ask immediately, because there is so much to be said, and it's not possible to say everything in this presentation. I was preparing that from the focus that you are interested in how to prepare your projects. But anyways, please feel free to interrupt and to ask. So I wanted to start first with the project timeline to give you an idea how we developed this idea and how we apply it for this call. Preparation, we are going back to 2022, and when we were making preparations, but we were lucky somehow, because it's Drava area, and Drava is a river close to the Varaždin city, and between Drava river and the Varaždin city is a forest, just to give you idea of the space. So we were lucky that also in the past period of the time, many people were discussing about that space, and there was also a study that was named Living with the Drava, but this study was focused more on the nature protection. But this was our base somehow to develop innovative ideas and approaches according to the call of EUI. So we received decision that we are successful at 23rd, but there was one precondition which we had to fulfill in initiation phase, and that was how to prove the ownership right, because as probably in the Poland is also the forests which are highly protected but by diverse regimes are owned by state. Also here was that case. So we got this demand that we have to prove the ownership right during those 6 months of initiation period. We made that successfully, even earlier than it was planned, but we had to wait for all other projects to start at the same time. So the activities, you can switch to another slide, Piotr. Here we are somehow showing you in this slide what were those activities of implementation in initial phase. First of all, to describe a little bit deeper how complicated it is, it's not that we have just a Croatian forest, which is a state-owned company which manage the forest, but we also have a Croatian water company at one part of the area that we were planning to do our intervention. So we had a more institution to deal with and to communicate with, and make some really strong effort to fulfill all the rules by Croatian law and bylaw acts to get right to do this project there. And then we fulfill everything, and we got definitely approval from the European Urban Initiative. And here on this slide, I don't think that is necessary that I read everything, but you will have all those steps that you have to do to fulfill, like partnership agreement for a transfer partners, etc., that you have to fulfill before you contract with the European Urban Initiative. Here, I also have to mention that and this is my recommendation, if you can find your transfer partners before you apply. We did that, and for us, this was no stress at all. Some of our colleagues from other countries, they had that issues. So after they won the possibility to join to get the money for the project, they have to find the transfer partners, and this was causing them a little bit trouble. Even all the staff from the European Urban Initiative is there to help to find you transfer partners. If there is, I think we can switch to another slide. Yes, you are there. So when everything was checked from the side of European Urban Initiative, there was then official start, which was May 2024, and this whole project will take 3.5 years. This is how we planned. In between, we learned that there is possible to make some changes, and I will speak about that a little bit later, because after we started with the project, we were invited to the seminar to Lille, and that was excellent seminar, and over there we find out that we can do 2 big changes during the project. And one changes that we are planning to do is to bring a partner, Croatian forests, because we think that that would be really good. And we were not thinking in the time when we were applying for the project how important it is that they are inside, because we have an institute that is dealing with those issues of biodiversity, nature protection, etc., and which is doing the study. But the strength of the implementation is in the hands of the Croatian forests, and this is the reason why we would like to have them in the project, because then we will be able to assure that everything that will come out as a result of the project will also be implemented. And our idea is really to implement the things over there.
Great. Sladana, Anna has a question. Maybe we'll...
Yeah, please just interrupt me, because I know that you don't know the background and I have to start somehow, so please.
I don't know whether it might be a little bit preliminary of a question, because now we are talking about the partners. We also are getting many questions about transfer partners, how they are identified, like how we can help or something like that. In the case of bigger cities that are involved in many networking projects, or generally there are more recognizable, I would say on the European level, it might be less difficult to find and convince partners to be involved in the project. But how did you do? If you could just say whether you previously had some you collaborated with the cities, or how you really looked for and search the transfer partners, because it is an issue still, I think.
Okay, thank you for the question. Our approach was our own experience. So we are quite active with the European projects, and we have experienced some really excellent partners, some less good partners, and some partners that we would not like to work with again. So we were contacting our partners that we really knew they are well equipped with the knowledge, with the people. They have interest in this topic, and because we have to transfer the knowledge that will come out from the project, and we have contacted them before, and this is our recommendation. If you don't have such many experiences as we have, then use association of the city first, as you are. We here in Croatia, we have a very active organization, and they, for example, when we were applying for a city-to-city project, they were giving all this from European Urban Initiative. They were giving us valuable contacts that we could make some new partnerships. So use your networks. This is the so personal networks, personal professional networks, association networks, and I'm sure you can find the good partners. For example, we can be your partners at the project, or any other of the countries that won first call and second call, because we cannot apply anymore on this third call as a direct project partner. So we can be a transfer partner. And you have really many of them that really show the good result within European Urban Initiative. So this is also a great address to contact, and there is a whole base of information on the website of European Urban Initiative. Or if you know personally someone, or if you don't know, you just write them and you will get valuable connections. I hope I answer your question.
Yes, it's very much. It's quite useful. So, thank you.
Okay. So now I will switch to the partners, and I said something about our transfer partners. What is important recommendation? Think about when you apply. Think about main substance of the call. Okay, the first topic, the first call from EUI was. Connected with the new European Bauhaus. So this topic and this area was really perfectly suitable for our project, because the idea is to connect the city with the river, connect the people with the forest, and make new and rich urban spaces, everything according with the values of the new European Bauhaus. So also now when you apply, think about the main topic and develop the project in that direction. This is something that is really necessary to be done. We are a small city. We have 44,000 of inhabitants, and this is the reason why we have connected with another city of Ludbreg, which is our partner. And of course, the Drava River is a connection line, so that was logical. We are very lucky then at our area, even we are small, we have a faculty of organization and informatics, which is a state university, but they are very strong in IT development. So this was giving us space for this innovative component that I will speak about later. We have included Croatian Forest Research Institute, which will deal with all those nature protection and biodiversity issues and the studies. And we also, in the city of Varaždin, they are located, but they belong to the county. It's a public institution, Nature of Varaždin County, very important because it's giving all the regulations and the opinions about all interventions that we are planning to do. And we have also involved Varaždin Tourist Board for the part of the marketing and presentation. They are extremely valuable partner also for us because they are very active in that field. And here we have transfer partners from Slovenia, Hungary, and Spain. So now you can switch to another slide. Those are just few figures about the total budget, which is around 5 million, and duration of the project that I already said, it's a 3.5 years. And this is everything else at one place that I already mentioned about the start of the project and initiation phase. So please switch to another slide. So now I will come to the project objectives. Definitely, this area needs revitalization. It's a huge area and it's very sensitive in the sense that it is protected on the multi levels, and you know those issue of protection is always very sensitive because from one side you want to protect the area, but from another side, then you forbid to do anything within, and then you have a problem that nobody at the end takes care about the space. So we want to revitalize and landscape of selected parts of the Drava River, Drava Park Forest close to the Drava River, because we cannot deal with the whole area because it's very huge. So we are planning to landscaping the paths and the walkways through the forest, and to make some bigger intervention, what will be possible, definitely, according to all the regimes, at the Drava River front and the river coast, riverside. You will see later on some photos and some plans how we plan to do it. Important part of the project is design and of one interactive, innovative platform. So we will have to deal with the IT solution for the management and supervision of forest and the green areas for the needs of cities of Varaždin and Ludbreg. But this platform, I will speak a little bit more later, will have to be designed in two ways. One way is communication of the city to the citizens, and another way citizens to the city with all the proposals and possible ideas. So please switch to another slide. We would like here now to tell you a little bit about all urban challenges, because you ask us to do that, about this project. Definitely, Varaždin is really, let me just say a few words about Varaždin. I have to say that Varaždin is a small city, but it's like a pearl of the north of Croatia. It's a Baroque city. It's really concentrated in the city center, and really has a lot of possibilities to use the nature richness around it. And one part of it is definitely Drava forest, and after that Drava River. So we wanted to a nature environment back to the city. Another objective is socialization and connection of different social groups. That was really important. all important processes of participation of the citizens, because this is a public and we think that definitely the citizen, each citizen have to have a possibility to interfere and to participate in such a type of the project. Innovative aspect of the project is a modern approach to the space planning and this digital platform that I already mentioned that will connect the needs of the city and needs of the nature with the needs of the citizens. So we wanted really to create a local partnership from this bottom-up principle and to make this project sustainable by itself. So next slide, please. You will see this area from the perspective above. I cannot show you now. I don't have a pointer to show you. So I will just switch to another slide. Here you see the part of the picture that you saw before. How we divided the space, how we have divided those interventions. We made 4 different areas. One will be riverside. This is the one that you are now looking at. Another one will be this sharp ending, which we call a riverfront. Then we have a so-called forest squares and the paths, where the paths are coming together and when naturally is more open space where we would like to make some interventions. And the last group of the intervention is everything that is connected with road signs, fences, possible observation towers. As I mentioned, participation process is there, and we are doing a lot of workshops with the citizens and with different groups. We are already in the process with that, very active, and all those inputs will in fact serve to prepare a good project program for the competitions for the architects and the landscapers. The rest I think I already said, and so please go to next slide, which will show you coverage area. You see, I don't know how much you can see because it's quite the legend is quite small with the letters, but this was idea even before the process of the design and the planning, because it was necessary conditions for issuing all those administrative papers from the relevant bodies in our initiation phase. So we did it, but we didn't do it on the way that we really said it will look on that way. We just focused to show on which areas we would like to make some interventions. And now in the participatory process, we will decide in which area we will really decide from those green and reds that we have shown there on the photo, where we will do interventions for real. So please switch to another slide. Now, Piotr asked me to put some photos, so you will just pass through those photo slides. There are more, to give you impression of this space, how beautiful it is, how protected it is. And now at the slide after that, you will see how many regimes of the protection we have. So please switch on. This is a river front on the left side, on the middle side, and the river goes.
Sometimes the connection is
Yes.
Not so working so well.
sorry, can I do I see well there's a swimming pool on the
Yeah, but this is not in our coverage area. This is one of the parcels that is owned by the city of Varaždin, and according to the nowadays law and bylaw acts, I don't think that we would be able to build a swimming pool there, but it was built a long time ago and it's still there, because all this area there in the middle is inundation area, so you have a, you never know, it can be covered with the water, so you cannot do any type of this intervention, but in the past it was possible, so we have it, but it's not included in the project scope. No, you're going back. Go. We need a coverage area protection. Yeah, this slide. So you see now we put here how many levels of protection we have. It's Croatia, Hungary, Mura, Drava, Danube Biosphere Reserve. It's a regional park, Mura Drava. It's protected forest park. It's botanical monument of the nature, and it's ecological network Natura 2000. So we really have to think about all this balance and the harmony of the ecosystem and the compliance with all regulations that are at force. So it's quite demanding, I would say, and because from another side there are expectations to make some change in this area, and you see how many there is not too much space to do interventions because you cannot build anything. So we will have to be very creative, I would say, and we will be, I'm sure. So you can move to another slide. Now I wanted to tell you a little bit about this IT platform, which was our star of this project, and I guess this is also the reason why we won this project. This IT platform will provide interdisciplinary forest park management, and of course this user interface has to be simple, clear for use, and all the citizens would be able to get information about the forest. But we want to make it now, we in our workshops, and we are thinking how to do it. We want to make it on challenging, on entertaining way, so that people will really use it. We want to use it for all news and events, also for educational purposes, and also some maps will be there. And it will be definitely open platform so that we can build up constantly if there is something new with a good idea. And for the city, we would like to have a data management and all that we can use later on for the analysis. That we can monitor the state of environment through sensors for temperature, for soil quality. We want to have a communication and management among all relevant park stakeholders, planning and maintenance, and of course there we have to involve all the decisions makers that really can do and interfere in this space. And of course, as I already mentioned, all those interactive maps and visitor management for cities of Varaždin and Ludbreg. So you can switch to another slide. Now what we are planning to do. And this is also everything that has passed through those workshops with the citizens, because we want to hear. You have a different groups, you have all those groups of the active users of Drava River at the moment, because they have some activities, organized activities there, like kayaking or like biking. So they have interest to use the Drava River more. And then you have another group of the citizens which would like to keep Drava more peaceful and green and forest, and for the families. We really need to find what we can put in this space and what we can maybe is also good ideas of our citizens. Within the forest, we will definitely on the places where when nature already opens some more and nicer space, we will make these squares where we will plan to make these designs of with the materials that they can I don't know, practice something. It's everything still in the phase of many ideas, and we will have to pick up all those best and to make a program according to that. You can switch to another site. And you can read what is written on the slide, but I will focus to Drava River front. So this is this area where you notice that the swimming pool is. It's open area, and we have one sculpture there that we call, it's still from the socialist time. and it's still there. So this was our inspiration to make this area, because we cannot build anything, and it's beautiful area where you can see the beautiful sunsets, and nowadays the people are coming fishing there. We would like to make competitions for the artists, and we will make a park of the sculptures, and it will be, this idea has developed after we won this project. So this will be something that we will propose in our first big change, and it's already communicated with the staff from the European Urban Initiatives, and they agree with. And in between, we also got this award that I told you at the beginning, that I'm now in the Braga, and this is Varaždin became a UNESCO City of Music. So we had idea also to connect that too. So the topic in the design will be music. So we hope that we will got some nice interactive sculptures, but as you saw, there is no possibility to bring electricity or to do any infrastructural things. So we have to relate the natural resources, and this will be, I think, interesting challenge for our designers and sculptors. So we can use that place, for example, in the summer evenings for some small concerts or performances, or just a place to be there, sit and watch the sunset or to the river floating by. Okay, now you can switch to another slide. This is more technical now, this slide, because it's showing what will be the and we just wrote them down, so you can check that a little bit later in presentation if you are interested more for that part of the project. And also the next slide is showing also what will be results of the projects in our investment. And we just put it there. I will not go through it because I will leave right there at the time for some questions to answer to you. And here are also written down on the papers all activities in the progress. I will not read that too because I don't think that is necessary. After that, you have a slide from our workshops. You'll see we were using the different methods like a World Cafe or Opera Tool, or just going there to the Children's City Council that we have in Varaždin, communicating with the children. So we really got valuable inputs from our citizens on that way. You can go on, activities in the progress. So where we are now, this is a question. So operational analysis are prepared. We have an overview of current situation, as you see, and we have identified key challenges facing the management of this area, and we have to propose strategies and actions plans for the improvement of operational processes. But the most important challenge at this moment is design of the platform and preparation of the program for. We wrote here architectural competition, but it will be, we call it architectural because the process will be done how it's written to do it for the architectural competition. But it will be also called not just for architects, it will be called for landscapers, designers, architects, and urban planners together. So we will a little bit in the new form because we think this space deserves that, because it's really not pure architecture, not pure landscaping, or not pure design competition possible to do there. So you can switch also to the next slide. Here you will have an overview of the future activities for the first year. Here I will, you can read that, but I will switch to something else. The whole process is really well supported by the staff of the European Urban Initiative. So when we started with the project, we had a seminar at Lille where we met all other projects, persons from other projects from other countries, and we got the informations for whole process, what is in front of us. In the meantime, also we had webinars, and we are taken through all activities, and they were presenting all the tools that we can use for the projects at the platform that European Urban Initiative is using, which is functioning excellent. And from another side, we have our project manager, which is really there daily questions to help us to conduct us through the process. Plus that, we got also two experts. One is expert for the project in a whole, and the second one is expert for the transfer partners. So we will have to establish also supervision activities with them. So don't be afraid. It's a complex. It's demanding, but it's different than the projects that we are used to, because usually we have a clear project. We know at the beginning what we are doing. And here you can have more creative projects, and you will be supported through the process. And as the staff from European Urban Initiative is constantly telling, this is a creative process. It's innovative program. So to make mistakes, it's also not a big issue because we learn through the mistakes. So please, I really warmly suggest you to be brave and apply for a call, because it's nice to work in a different way, which is more creative and which gives you more freedom to do interventions really the way you find it the best during the process. So thank you. I'm open for the questions. I'm sure I didn't answer to all of you questions, but maybe you will have something else to ask.
Thank you, Sladana. Thank you very much. Piotr, we have a question from Piotr. Piotr, please.
Yes, exactly. Sladana, congrats to you for all the effort and this project. My question is maybe a tricky one about your funding strategy. Why did you select European Urban Innovative Program to support your project, not, for example, traditional European Union development funds, which are, I suppose, available as well as in Poland, which is available in Croatia?
It's not a tricky question. It's a good question, I will say. We have ideas of some project that we would like to be funded from the different sources of European Union. And then we are looking where something is suiting the best. And this call was perfect for this project, in our opinion. Because we didn't know exactly in which direction we want to go. We had an idea of the concept, and but we didn't have a project. We still don't have a project. We will have a project after this competition and this program that will be designed. So the topic was perfect. Our area was corresponding with it. It had all elements that we wanted to do. This is participation of the citizens, this is digital support, and this is nature protection and development at the same time. So I think this was the only way where to apply such a type of the project, because European Urban Initiative is slightly different than other lines. It allows you to be really more creative, more innovative, and allows you not to know what will really come out as a result at the end. And I think this is a great, because many other projects, when you're applying for, you need to know everything at the beginning, you know, and you need already to have designs and permits, etc., 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 and then you're applying, you know. So this was really a perfect fit, I would say.
And had you tried before this call? Had you tried to get some funding from EUI or some other calls from this European Union level?
This was first call from European Urban Initiative, so we applied for it. I cannot completely answer to your question because I am on this position last 2 years. So in my knowledge, I guess, I don't know if there was some attempts to get the money, but as I said at the beginning, there was one study about biodiversity and the how to improve the state of the forest. So I suppose that somebody was thinking in that time that that could be useful for applying to some other project lines. I don't know, Dejan, if you know if there was somebody trying to do some other. Dan is a little bit longer in the city than myself.
Only 1 month.
Only 1 month, okay.
Yes, so so I really don't know. I believe not, because as Lajana said, we don't have any project documentation, technical documentation. So this is the first step now, and we will prepare everything in the first year of the project. So that is why EUI is perfect for this. So.
Okay. One more question here. I also saw that you took part in city-to-city exchanges. How do you match this, or how do you match these two lines, these two strands of support, innovative actions and city-to-city exchanges? Are there any connections, matches between these two activities, or you just took part in city-to-city exchanges in a different topic? I saw that there was something about sustainable tourism. Am I right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. You're well informed. We saw that new call and we found it really challenging. So I recommend that call too, because this is a great call where you can really meet the people, create a base for the further partnerships for application to the some other lines. And of course, I don't know, every time when we think about project, we think how to connect what every have designed already and that we will design in the future. So you notice, well, it's a sustainable tourism, but it's also digital solutions. And what we have in the Forest River on this digital platform, it's not just for the citizens of the city of Varaždin, it's also for the citizens of the, it's also for the visitors. So for our partners at European Urban Initiative City-to-City Call, we could use also at this project. So we're always trying to connect the project. For example, now when we will design the architectural urban space landscape designer competition, we are going to making in the two parts. One part will be purely connected with our project, but the second part will be more like a survey part where we will give information about the whole project that will have in the contact zones from Drava Forest, from our projects, because we need this holistic approach. You know, one results of one project okay if they are if the project is well done, but they have to interfere not just to that space, they have to interfere to the space surrounding the spaces which is planned in the project. So definitely we will use some knowledge and contacts from our partners and some successful examples that we saw there, because it created some new ideas in our head how to develop our platform, and we will connect as much as we can from our project that we already did realization or the projects that process really holistic approach, because we are in that stage of the holistically, and to intervene and to apply for the further projects in that sense.
I know about your activity in city-to-city exchanges because I also work for European Urban Initiative as moderator. So
Great.
in that matter, you can also contact me for any next exchanges, or maybe you are willing to be a peer in a city-to-city exchanges. So I will keep contacts to you for any other cities that are interested in the topic of developing river banks and surrounding area. Is there anything about flash floods in your project, this project that you implement nowadays?
My connection was broken. Then did you hear what he said?
I'm asking about flash floods and in your project, in your currently implemented projects, floods of the river when you have some, you know, very heavy rain, and you have floods in the area.
But what was the question?
The question is if you have any I don't know, component about that in the project?
No, absolutely not, because this is not our responsibility at all. We have a Croatian waters that are managing this central part of the area, and they have some project that they have financed also from the funding or from the state budget, where they have some ways how to intervene in such situations. Probability of the high water is like really those high waters is, as I was told, once in the 100 years. But of course, with the water and with the weather, you never know. But as I said, it is inundation area, so it anytime, and this is the reason why we have to be really careful, thoughtful, and about the installation that we will put there.
Okay. Thank you very much. Very interesting project, and good luck.
Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot.
Okay, we are just running out of time, but it was very interesting, and I think there are many more questions that we would like to ask, but I'll just correct me if I'm wrong, because there was I think I have a question, actually 2 questions that are quite useful for our future for the cities that will decide to submit their proposals. One is, correct me if I'm wrong, did you say that you changed the delivery partners after the proposal was submitted?
No, you cannot change. You cannot change the partners. You cannot change the partners. That was our problem. This is something that we wanted to do in initiation phase.
Okay. So this is important because that's exactly what we are just saying to
specific. Yeah. No. By the rules, you cannot change the partners. If you have a partners, that's it. Because for us, that was a question. If we would put at the beginning, initiation phase, the partner Croatian Forest, we wouldn't have all those issues with proving investment right. No, we had to prove it on the legal way. We had to pass through all the steps. So think carefully that you have all important partners at the beginning.
Exactly. This is very important. Okay. And another thing is because as we all know, and we probably know, it is very important to prove that the project is innovative on the European level and things like that. And you mentioned that one of the most important solutions you use was this IT platform, yes? And to prove the innovative character, you have to make a comparison to different projects or something like that that have already been implemented. So you have to do some benchmarking, or at least this is what we tried to do with the cities from last year that actually also will receive funding from EUI. And my question is, so how did you prove this innovative character, and actually its character that you prove that is innovation on a European level, as like if you could share this. Thank you.
Is there anything that we haven't seen yet? This is hard to answer, you know.
Yes, but this is what we are looking for. So because
Innovative. I don't think it's necessary to prove it. We didn't prove it on that way, but you really have to have a good connected story. What will be innovative? Definitely it will be innovative, and it will not be seen in Croatia if we will manage, and I'm sure we will manage to do it on that way, to have such a platform. But still at this moment, we don't know how this platform will look like. We know the substance, what will have to be inside. We know directions of communications from city to citizens, from citizens to city. We know some character of it. We want to be, I don't know, informative, entertaining, etc., etc. But it will be all together, it will be innovative. And we didn't compare with somebody else. We didn't prove it on that way. We just explained the whole story, what we would like to do there. But in between, for example, we have some great ideas which will be purely innovative, I think. We think that every tree has its own sound. So we will digitally probably make some QR codes or whatever.
Okay, so I think Sadana, we are losing you a little bit. Sorry, I'm just like, I'm just watching.
Oh, sorry.
We have, and thank you very much again. And we just have only 5 minutes left. And we still have Piotr. I think we can stick to English. So this, like, this recording can be useful not only for the Polish contact point, but whoever might use it, because I think it's just interesting. Piotr, I would like to pass the floor to you, and a little bit, because we really have 5 minutes and we would like to stick to the timing we suggested. So can you just elaborate on this innovative character, how you see it, how other cities may present it, what you would do, and how you suggest it should be done by the cities, please?
For sure, very important issue is to make this benchmarking analysis of innovativeness, where you can compare your solution to the others, to the solutions that are already had already been developed in other cities. So this benchmarking is very important, and in fact is a part of this methodology. Of course, you can base your analysis on some, as Sladana said, on some networks, contacts on European level, to reach out some platforms, projects, international projects led by international urban organizations. There are many solutions developed so far. So I think these are all useful tools and reference points. Another thing is a very strong partnership. As Sladana said, they have a very strong and diversified partnership. We can find their public institutions, private institutions, academics, and of course NGOs. It is also very important, and as Sladana said, very important is also to create connections with transfer partners, some cities from abroad that can be also interested in results of the projects. Of course, there is always a part of measurement, indicators, KPIs, and all the stuff which is super typical for projects on the European Union level and any other that we have contacts with projects, with financing. KPIs are super important.
My understanding is from what because as you said, our attitude last year, so we pushed really, Piotr, the cities to make a big, very comprehensive benchmarking to look for typical projects and to just exactly show where innovative solution and where different approach is used. So this is like, what we did, and actually I think we succeeded. But also from we heard today, I think the most important is to build the story, to really show what you want to achieve, that you want to prove that you want to experiment, because this is so you just have to also to show that this is not the project for structural funds, because you are not absolutely positive about the results and you need to find a good testing environment, and this is what you do. And I think that was also very convincing. So you just showed like this is, so you are getting involved in the process, and you need to be able to test the process with proper partners. So thank you very much, Piotr. Can you just wrap it up?
Thank you,
Thank you
Svetlana.
very much.
Thank you, Dejan. Thank you, Piotr, for all your inputs today. On this point, I would like to thank Marko Resegovic from the Croatian Contact Point from the Association of Cities of the Republic of Croatia for making this happen. And also we, as the Polish Urban Contact Point of the EUI and EURBACT, we are also available for any contacts. If you want to reach out to Polish cities and you want to search for Polish transfer partners, please don't hesitate to contact us. We'll also be very happy to help you and build this network in our region and all around Europe. So thank you very much, Svetlana. We are keeping thank you, Dejan. We are keeping our fingers crossed for the success of your experiment. We will keep an eye on it, and we'll just maybe have opportunities to follow the projects in the future. So thank you very much for this time, and see you later on our next activities. Have a nice afternoon.
Thank you, bye.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Bye bye.